Hi, I'm Roger Peterson. Welcome back to Pro 423. Scuba diving is a great sport. It's a wonderful combination of courage and fear and common sense. Courage because it is kind of scary to go underwater with a bunch of equipment and breathe through a hose, but it's safe. It really is very safe. Fear because there's a lot of things down there that you just ought not be near. And there's depth issues, there's animal issues. It's good to stay away from certain things. And common sense, of course, is knowing which is which. And when it comes to revisiting our injuries or helping somebody else revisit their emotional injuries, we do also need to show a good amount of courage and fear and common sense. I was talking to a pastor friend of mine just 3, 4, or 5 years ago, and I was asking him, I was actually venting because I was frustrated that the church just seems to avoid this issue almost completely, right? And so I said, why doesn't the church deal with this whole idea of emotional injuries and dysfunctions and how they seem to hang on to us even if we're Christians? And he said very quickly, without even batting an eye, he said, it's too messy. The church isn't prepared to deal with a messy situation like that. It is messy. And I've seen it many, many times when someone starts to revisit injuries, sometimes it gets worse before it gets better because you're unleashing something that has been sort of pinned down for dozens and dozens of years. And it takes time. It's messy because it's not simple and quick. It's not. It takes time. We must show a lot of courage and fear and common sense when we're helping someone walk through their emotional injuries. Especially in the area of sexual emotional injuries, a molestation or something like that, man, we just got to know our limitations as people, as non-professionals, and say, this one's over my head. Professional counseling is needed, or someone besides me, I need some help because this is over my head. I think that is a wise statement, that I'm not prepared to handle this. Let me help you find somebody who is. That's key. Knowing when something's beyond you. Be careful. Take your time. Go slow and steady. Don't rush through. Don't force somebody to revisit something they don't want to revisit. Don't force the issue. Let them, with a little bit of nudging from our end, let them determine the pace. Let the person trying to be vulnerable decide the pace. Don't get in a hurry. Be courageous, but fearful and common sense. Okay? Also realize this, that as you revisit injuries, the goal is not to find someone to blame. The goal is not to find someone to confront. The goal is simply to talk about what happened and let the person revisit the injury. And as they talk, as they share, simply accept them. Accept them. They're going to feel embarrassed. They're going to feel sad. Whatever they're feeling as they go through, just accept them. Whether you think it's right or wrong, just accept them. That's what Christ did for us. In our sin, He accepted us. And it's such a huge part of the healing process that as people revisit their injuries and they are vulnerable and they talk about what really happened and what they really felt, just accept them. Just look them in the eye and care about them and accept them. That will go a long way toward helping them process through these emotional injuries and heal.